Hi, it's Joanne. Today I'm going to be doing mini journals, tags, and a soft cover book with a flip through.
So lots of times I'll watch a video and they'll say, oh, this was just on my desk and I just used it. And when I look at what they have, I scarcely believe that it really was just on their desk. Anyways, I tried it. I'm making these mini journals. So I had some leftovers from making my tags of this Tim Holtz packaging. Last night I threw some fabric on this, thought it was really cute, made that a cover. Had some of this left over. Well, I just cut it. I didn't really have it left over. Glued that on there to cover up just the rest of that scrolly Tim Holtz thing. Made a cover. I'm making a mini journal. Okay, these truly are just pieces of paper that were on my desk. They were in this bucket, which I have buckets and buckets, and I don't know, I think I'm making myself organized, but I'm really not. I would have shown you a picture of what my desk looked like before I started, but you probably would have turned the video off. So I'm now cutting out the paper for all these journals. Well, all of these. I'm making 2 of them. But I had some papers that I cut out for a journal that I'm going to be doing next, and I ripped the bottom of the pages, so I put it aside. Well, I cut it off. See, when I tore it out of the book, it tore. So I was a little bummed, but look at this. I made 2 pages for these mini journals. That's cute, right? My feed sack book. So then these papers I threw in my little bucket. They're going to go in. So let's put this together. So that's 2 inches, so that means that way is 2 inches. Now this way is going to be, I'm talking out loud for myself because I'm challenged when it comes to measuring. That's 2 5/8. So now I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to make it just under 2, or just about 2 5/8. And these are my little pages. And I'll get these cut all up and put them in a pile, and then we'll go to the next step. I have my papers all in my little journals. And now I'm going to bind this. And this is a great way to not only use up your scraps, but to practice things like binding. And if you've never done a journal, practice a little journal. I mean, you don't have to have all the stuff unless you're like me, and then you just have to have it. Because these were just made literally, I'm not even exaggerating. This stuff was all in that little bucket on my desk. And even the string, I had leftover string. I cut this one, but those were left over. So I put those to good use. And this binding, this just couldn't be easier, right? Look at this. No struggling with all my papers. Let's go. And I've wanted to do this for a while because I want to like have them ready to go to put in my journals. But I've put it off, and then I thought, you know, I've done a lot of flip throughs and I've done a lot of other things. Why not do something different for my video? Now, if you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the like button. It's encouraging for me. And even share. If if you like it. Also take this to the sewing machine and just sew right down the middle if binding is not your thing. Let's see if this works. That's it. And there you have mini journals from your scraps. Well, here I have anyways. Let's do a little flip through. How about that? Is that the cutest thing? There's that vellum. Especially if somebody hasn't, you've made a journal for somebody and they've not had a journal before, when they open this, they're gonna be like, oh, that's so cute. You know, they don't have to know that it just came from scraps on your desk. Look, I can appreciate it. Can you? I mean, I just did that this morning. I made the covers yesterday, and I love this fabric. I only have a little bit of it. I was on a 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s fabric kick for a while. I made some bags. There's a video that I have on it. I made some grocery bags, market bags, whatever you want to call them. They're really helpful. Look at this. This was a this was a magazine. And that's just so appropriate. It's just like some writing off the bottom of a digital that I purchased. Flip, flip, flip. How cute. Yes, that's cute. So there's 3. This one's not, they're not quite finished in that I'm going to take them over to the sewing machine, but these were made from cereal boxes and boxes that I recycled. I was at a friend's the other day and I was going out to the garage and they have recycling, and I told her, oh, I just went trash picking in your trash and took out a cereal box. It was on the top. I wasn't really going through her trash, but she just looked at me like, do you want me just to save them for you next time? It was funny. I'm gonna leave that as it is. I'm gonna make a pile. I'm gonna sew around the edges. This just needs a ribbon. Those just need a ribbon or something. This, I think, is gonna need some sewing. This is complete. This, I like how it says 1930 on there. That's complete. This needs some stitching. This was just some packaging where I bought some lace one time. And I feel like it needs some stitching. Done with this pile of tags, and I'm really happy to put them in my bucket that's now, instead of being filled with all these cut up pieces of paper, it's going to be filled with my tags. That's my sewing and more sewing, and there we have it. So I hope you liked that video. Is that it wasn't easy peasy yesterday just to do all of these. It took me about 7 hours, and then I had to let them dry, the glue dry, and then I just did the sewing, which took me about, I'd say about 25-30 minutes. I take the fabric that I've cut approximately, and I put some batting on here. This is all that I had. It's fusible batting. I fused it with my iron, and now I'm going to take my cardboard. I actually would like it to be a little bit thicker, but I'm not going to go to the store. because, as you know, I can't be trusted. I'll go for batting and I'll come back with more stuff that I need, and I need to use what I have. So what we're gonna do here is cut this down a little bit because this is a little bit too wide. I want it to be approximately an inch, between a half of an inch and an inch around. So now what we'll do is try not to be thrown off because that's a little crooked. That's okay. Let's go like this and go like this and go like this. So it's 1, 2, 3. Now come all the way around the whole perimeter of this cover doing this. So it's sewn all the way around, and now I'll just cut a little bit of this off. This one's bigger than the other, so there. And in that corner you can cut some of that bulk out. So to the sewing machine and then sew your paper down. So one more thing before I sew it, I'm going to use this hem tape for my closure. So I'll just button that down, and I'm going to go right across here and just clip this down and then sew this right into the seam. So there. What I did was I just got into my quilting mode, I guess, and I just kind of quilted just to make sure that it would be sewn down, you know, all the way. There's Brad's boots, and it's looks good over there, and I think it looks good on that side. That's how I do the soft cover. Now I'm just gonna bind this, and then I'll give you a flip through. So I'm using this stuff that I got at one of the craft stores, hemp cord, instead of using the waxed. I definitely like the waxed better, but I'm trying to use some of the stuff that I already have, and you know, this was something I said, you know, let me just use that. I make this cute little book. Might as well make a bow since I've got the thread already cut. I don't usually make bows, I usually make knots, but there. There we go. Okay, so now this little book would be closed like this. I need to work those pages, and I'll be doing that when I flip through it, right? There's a little bit of a length on this, but sometimes you can just like double it or cut it off if you don't like it. So okay, this is one of my favorite. Love the little birdie. But it's a really easy little book. You know, it's 4.5 inches wide, about 4 inches, because its pages are 8, so it's about 4 inches by, you know, 5.5, easy for your hand. Pop it in your car, leave it in your car, do notes. I got this from a packet that I purchased from Crafts by Martha, and this one too. She gives you a good amount for your money. Really liked that. This was in that book too. some deli paper. Only that one pocket. I really didn't go pocket it with this. I figured it would just be a little handheld book and the pages would kind of speak for themselves without putting things in it. This is from a little golden book. Some leftover spray from a project that I did on that deli paper. Yeah, really easy. Just threw it together because I needed something to do today to be productive and wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I figured I would do the small little hand pocket book and do a soft cover because I like doing the soft covers. I like how they feel in your hand. I know there's something called slow stitch, which I haven't looked into yet. I saw some videos. Well, I didn't really see the videos. I saw the pictures, thumbnails. And I'm interested in it, but I really need to work more on with what I have. I don't need to be going to the store to buy more stuff. So I'm trying to cut things up and glue them down. Yeah, I thought this was cute too. This is the other half of that feed sack paper. And this is from a 1930s music book. So there you have it. And there you have Brad's boots.